Hello everyone and welcome back to Calmlands. This is the multiplayer co-op with Nordic Farming and we've reached episode number 95. We are at the main yard today and in front of the wonderful Fent and Class Zerion we are back in these two behemoths today because we are on to planting. Last month we did all the drilling. I think we drilled 3 fields, maybe more. Actually, I think it was more because we had some of our smaller fields involved as well. And we had some of our automated courseplay workers doing some drilling of hillside and pig farm. But this time it is on to planting. So we will grab the planters out of the shed here. Still got the front weight attached on the Zerion, which is good. And we've got 3 fields to plant. The first field is arrow up, where we're going to put sunflower. Then we'll move on to arrow down, where we're going to put corn. And then lastly over to South Bank, where we are going to put sunflower yet again, because we need sunflower the most, and it'd be nice to have some corn too. Heading over to the restock yard first of all, where we can grab some seed and some liquid fertilizer. And we've got a auger full of seed and a tanker full of liquid fertilizer over by the field for us to restock from. Seed and liquid fer topped up, so we can close the covers and head on out of the yard. I think we'll probably lead the way. Nordic can follow. I think the quickest way for us to go is left towards Pig Farm Field and cut across the way, as going up the windy hill is definitely not the fastest route. Looks like we've had some weeds appear. I can see to my right and left in Hillside and Pig Farm where we've got soybeans growing. So yeah, we will have to look at doing some herbiciding at a later stage, but we'll wait for them to get a little bit bigger. We really do take up both sides of the road in this machine, but I'm always astonished at how small the steering wheel looks on this tractor. Left turn after Lakeview, but before Northwall, through here, and we can head on over to Arrow Down, onwards to Arrow Up first of all. As promised, our auger wagon with seed in the rendezvous position after we've planted Arrow Up with sunflowers first of all. We have made it, and I think I'm going to go counterclockwise this time. So we'll get unfolded. It takes a while for this planter to unfold, and in the meantime we can set up the GPS menu, get the width set and get the route set. This is going to be arrow up plant. Right, we've got arrow up plant set, so we can start the planter. We've got sunflower selected, so let's lower away and we can get on with getting our sunflowers in. Better get the beacons off, we don't want those on the whole way around. Lifting up, planting done, so we can turn off and get folded. Now, we managed to plant the sunflowers, and we've got 11% liquid fert left and 19% seed left, so we did pretty good on that. It was the right quantity. I'm not sure if we're going to get the next field, Arrow Down, done with 1 load of seed and 1 load of liquid fert. Really does depend how well corn drills. The sunflowers seem to take quite a reasonable quantity of liquid fert, and I think the seed as well needed to put in a high volume of seed to compete with the soil conditions. So yes, let's get topped up by our handy and trusty worker who's here with the liquid fert tanker. There we go, that was nice and quick. And I think what we'll do is set this worker off to the next field, so they are there to meet us in case we need to restock. So let's just hop in here and move them on to, it will be bin 1, Arrow Down. That is where our seed auger is. So we'll send them off. There we go. Off you go. And we'll head back in the Zarian. Just close the auto drive menu. There we go. And we'll need to top up with seed that is also at the top of Arrow Down. So let's head over, grab some seed, and we will switch to corn whilst we remember. I think Nordic is tooting at the very slow truck driver. At certain points they do slow down and then they put their foot down and whiz off, just like there. All depends kind of what turn they are making and what course they are going. They are very flamboyant drivers, I think it's fair to say. But Nordic and I will make a left turn here, as will the truck driver, and we can head on through. But that planting was pretty efficient. I think Nordic and I have got the drilling and the planting down to a T now on Calmlands, Calm Farm, with our Seedhawk drills and these John Deere planters. And a big time saver is the fact that they are direct drills and direct planters. Means that we don't have to cultivate the ground. We can just drill or plant directly, which really does save the job. And this field is still having the sorghum stalks, I think, and it's got some very tall weeds. But that is going to be no problem for our direct planters. Right, we'll get the cover open again and grab some seed. Fantastic. Right, there we go. Nordic's getting a nice top up of seed in the hopper. We will do the same. I'm not sure if Arrow Down has got a GPS track for planting already set. We will let this fill up. There we go. I always go too far. It's a bit of a sweet spot. Fill her up, please. There we go. Right. Let's just check and see if we've got Arrow... Oh, it's Arrow Down, of course. I'm getting confused between the two. Arrow Down... No, we do not have an Arrow Down plant, so we'll need to set that. But yeah, while we do, let's get the planter unfolded, because it takes so long to do. Right, it looks like Nordic is going counterclockwise as well. So we will go on the inside headland, corn selected, and we'll follow Nordic's lead for the headland, and then we'll break into the rows. So let's fire up the beast, lower away once we have lined up with Nordic. I'd like to try and stay in unison if we can. Wasn't far off. There we go. On to the corn planting. cover open so we can restock. We did recently restock the planter, but we're going to do it again just so we've got 100% going into South Bank field, which is our last field, and it will be back to sunflowers for that field. But yep, let's get topped up. Seed is good. Liquid fertilizer is good. Little shunt there from Nordic. Thank you very much. Right, beacons on, and we can head over to South Bank. But I think it's fair to say the planting of Arrow Down was pretty smooth. The corn is in nicely. And Arrow Down is quite a bit smaller than South Bank, so we definitely have left the biggest field to last for planting, which is okay. We tend to kind of do it that way, but yep, we'll head on down to South Bank. I think this is probably the quickest way to go. In fact, I probably should have gone the other way and cut through the bridge section that goes around Pig Farm Field, but yeah, never mind. This is probably just as quick. The road is a little bit wider as well. Don't have to negate that underpass and bridge area, so that's fine. But yep, we've had things on a pretty good schedule today so far. Coming up to partway through the afternoon. But we should hopefully close out the planting before the end. Might have to drop down to 3 times speed just so we keep and maintain good light. But here we go. We'll head on round to South Bank. I think next month we're probably going to have to crack out the sprayers and do the herbicide spraying. And I'm thinking our poplar might also be ready in Bridgeway. So that'll be fun and entertaining. And at some point between waiting for our crops to be ready to harvest, Nordic and I do need to set about building the sheep farm on one end of Boomerang, and then also the airport that's at the grassy stretch opposite Boomerang alongside the river. That will be nice. It's nice to see our fields containing crops again. They were looking a bit bare and a bit rough and ragged where they had stalks and weeds left, but that is not too much of a problem. Right, Nordic and I have said we are going to go side to side on this field. We planted up and down ways, so going up and down the hill when we did the cotton. But yeah, we want to do side to side, so we kind of help the tractors out with the hill management. But that will mean we have to shift the course slightly. I think Nordic and I have got that cracked. We were able to shift the GPS course by 90 degrees. Sunflowers selected. We've got 100% in both tanks. So just need the planter to unfold. It's very slow, and even when it is unfolded and I go to switch it on, it tries to tell me that it is still unfolding. So it is still the world's slowest unfolding planter, annoyingly. Here we go. That looks about right. Switch on, lower away, and here we go. Sunflowers going in. Nordic is raising up. Just finished the last strip that was needed, and we have folded away. And that was quite a smooth planting process, and it has been for all 3 fields, thankfully. But South Bank was indeed our biggest domino of the day, and we have toppled it finally. We've ran into 7 o'clock and the sun set. It's been nice actually seeing the sun setting and the lights cooling across the Calmlands landscape. But yep, sunflowers in. We needed to top up liquid fir and seed halfway through, or yeah, well, it was probably about halfway, and we have really had a smooth operation today, I think it's fair to say, with the support wagons, the liquid fertilizer tanker and the auger wagon with the seed. It has worked pretty optimally, if I say so myself. It's been a long working day for Nordic and I, or virtual working day I should say, but we are ready to take the tractors and seed drills back to the yard now, give them a wash and a well needed service, and probably a refuel as well. I've been at it all day pulling these big heavy planters, so yeah, we'll get everything nicely freshened up. But just like last month with the drilling, that is going to be the last time we plant on Calmlands and Calm Farm, which is sad to say, but we will certainly enjoy harvest time when that comes around. And throughout the entire lifetime of Calmlands, we have used I think 1 different planter. Again, it was a John Deere, one that was a sort of 3-point lifted on the back of the tractor that unfolded. Can't quite remember the model, but I remember using that to plant big farm in the earlier days. But yeah, these planters, or this new planter, has definitely served Nordic and I really well, especially it being a direct planter and so wide. I think the only negative I can say about it is how long it takes to unfold, but overall it's pretty darn good, can't complain. So I'm thinking next month it is going to be herbiciding. We might get some worker support to help us herbicide spray all the fields, because it is a bit of a repetitive job. And Nordic and I will hopefully have the poplar ready to harvest, so we'll do our usual process there. We'll have a worker running the harvesting, and Nordic and I will do the carting back and forth to the silo. Right, seems we have a straggler in the wash position. Oh, I think Nordic has kindly gone to move them. We will get out of Nordic's way so he can actually pull out of the yard. We are causing him all sorts of problems. Sorry, Nordic. Right, we will probably take the opportunity to service first and then come back and wash, just so Nordic is free of us being out of the way. Right, can I make the turn in here? No, it's going to be very tight. Hopefully he won't jackknife the planter. Snagging a wheel on the door frame, that's always good fun. Right, let's get in and give this a good service. Probably going to cost an absolute bomb. Just shy of 10 grand to service the lot. Let's get it washed. Beacons and hazards on for reversing this planter into the parking spot. It's always a little bit awkward to reverse this one just because of how long it is. But there we go, we are on track hopefully to make the shed. Nope, I am not going to have to realign. It's always the way with these planters because they are quite difficult to maneuver at times. There we go. So that is it for today. Hope you have enjoyed watching. If you have, remember to drop a like and subscribe if you haven't already. If you've got any tips, tricks, or things you'd like Nordic and I to do, then feel free to leave a comment. And as always, remember to check out Nordic's channel to see his perspective of today's session. Hope to see you again next time on Calm Lands. And until then, Nordic and I will catch you later. Cheers all. Bye bye.